Kia ora. I thought I would do a little video about my top 5 tips to prevent or stop emotional overwhelm. Why am I doing this video? Because I have recently experienced a state of overwhelm myself. I've got multiple things going on as per my newsletter to you, and I didn't cope too well. So I know I'm not the only person that has experienced this. And in fact, I've been approached this week by somebody who wanted assistance to get out of an overwhelmed state. And so I thought I would do a newsletter focused on this particular topic and a little video with some tips as well. So what is overwhelm? Firstly, overwhelm is a little bit more than stress. So it's a feeling that you're literally drowning, that you can't control what's going on. And it's just like a storm of things going on, and you just feel that you're not coping, basically. So, and it might present for you in different ways. For me, I wasn't breathing properly. I was doing the shallow breathing, and I just wasn't coping. I couldn't think straight. So it was affecting my cognitive ability, and I was just emotional. And of course, you can't function in that state. And I certainly couldn't do hypnotherapy. So I pulled right back from my practice, and I just sorted myself out. I needed to give back to myself rather than keep giving. So, in terms of my first tip, accepting where you're at, having that awareness, just accepting and surrendering, it is what it is, and actually being grateful for it. So noticing the fact that you're not coping is the first awareness that you need to be in an empowered state. So being grateful, thank you. Thank you for sending me this message and allowing me to get the message before things got really bad. So, what I find that if you don't get the message, the universe, whatever you want to call it, will slap you right in the face and bring you to a position where you need to get it. And, that's what I see with clients coming to me as well, that it just gets too much and they need that support to bring them back to a better life state. So having acceptance and gratitude and surrendering, accepting where you're at is really important. The second thing is to switch any negative thoughts that aren't supporting your ultimate goal, your ultimate state that you want to be in. So the technique that I utilize and I give to my clients when they come is the switch technique, and it just snaps you back into the present moment and allows you to give yourself a comment or a statement that makes you feel better. So I just simply use everything's going to be okay. And to bring myself back to the present moment, if I'm not in public, I use a snap. So it brings you back totally into the present moment. And then I say to myself, everything's going to be okay. And you can do that out loud or you can do it privately. However you do it is absolutely fine. But breathe that feeling through and notice the difference, the different feeling in your body, the tension just released by just reassuring yourself that everything is going to be okay. And that statement isn't beyond the realms of reality, right? We have all been through challenging times, and we all ultimately know that everything is going to be okay, regardless of how hard it was and how hard it might be for you. Everything is going to be okay. So saying something supportive to yourself is an amazing way of feeling a different chemical reaction in your body. And if you do that enough times, you're actually retraining your brain to prefer that calmer, restored state than feeling anxious and buying into that negative state and getting into a crazy 8 cycle of thinking negative thoughts that just aren't helpful. So catching those thoughts and switching them is imperative to bringing yourself back to a better state. The third tip is breathe. As I said, my indicator is always that I'm shallow breathing or I have a heavy feeling on my chest. So just breathe. And there are multiple techniques that you can utilize to bring yourself from a sympathetic nervous system response, which is essentially your fight flight nervous system, a response that makes you anxious, makes you stressed, into a parasympathetic state, which is the calmer, more restored state. So the technique I utilize is the 478 technique. I have done a video about that. So if you want to go across to my YouTube channel and check that out, please do so. But as I said, whatever works for you, just use it, and don't just use it when you're feeling stressed, because it's a process where you want to bring this into your automatic functioning. So I think for me, I give and give and give and give and give, and I forget sometimes to ensure that I'm okay. And of course, you just can't keep doing that. So I got a little reminder to look after me first before I give. And I've done that, and now I can give this to you. So breathe, find a breathing technique that works for you, utilize it, and do it often. The fourth tip I've got is to be in the present moment. So however, again, you want to be mindful, bring yourself back to the present moment is absolutely fine. For me, it's nature. So it might be that I look outside the window and look at how green the leaves are, how the green complements my new black fence that I've just put in, and just notice something in the present moment to bring you back to the here and now. Because unfortunately, when you're overwhelmed, it's typically because you're worried about what's happening in the future. And anxiety is all about worrying about that future state. And the reality is we can't necessarily do much about the future or the past. And so all we can do is control the here and now. So bringing yourself back into the present moment to give your mind a little rest is really important. If you feel like you've got a lot on your mind, write a list. Get it off your mind, put it down, and then do a meditation to bring yourself back to the present moment, or just look outside, do whatever it takes to bring yourself back. Have gratitude, of course, and allow your brain to have a little rest from that stress that you're experiencing. The final tip that I've got for you is know who your support network is. Now, for me, one of the things that has been stressing me out is that I've decided finally to sell my house in Australia, and that's a big decision for me. And the process of doing that has been quite stressful as well. So I have been feeling quite overwhelmed with my decision to cut some ties with my home country. And so I've been ringing people at home and just reconnecting, and knowing that just because I'm doing that doesn't mean that I can't go back, doesn't mean that I'm disconnecting from those people that love me over there, and that a phone call or a Zoom meeting is all I need to reconnect. So I've been doing that. I've also gone to see a naturopath recently. I've found that my vitamins and minerals are depleted, and it's been having an impact on multiple things like my hormones, my mood, my energy levels. And so going to this naturopath has been very empowering for me. I've also engaged with somebody that is a specialist in essential oils, so doTERRA oils, and I have just purchased my own, so I'm really keen to use those more in grounding myself and helping the family in terms of our well-being. So when I connected with this lady, she was able to give me some oils that were able to ground me and settle me really quickly, and so I'm super grateful about that. And just having a friendship support, those people that can help you, or if you need outside support, then knowing who to go to for professional help as well. So being aware, asking for help, it's really important. And I know that that's what I did as well. I reached out and I said, I'm not coping too well. I need some help. And I trusted who was going to come to me was the right person. And that is what happened. And I'm grateful for that. So they are my top 5 tips for preventing or stopping emotional overwhelm. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please write a comment in the comments below or privately message me. If you need professional help to get you through an overwhelming state, you're more than welcome to contact me for a 30-minute free consultation where we can talk about a strategy to get you into a better state of mind. Or there are multiple hypnotherapists that are available online or in person that you can access. So I will say goodbye. I'll wish you well, and I will connect with you next month when I'll do another video on a different topic. Mā te wā. All the best. Sending love.